What's good everyone, it's Zigzag here, welcome back to another Geoguessr video. Today we are doing some world record hunting on one of the newest world record categories, which is an arbitrary rural world. If you hop on over to the leaderboards here, you can see the top score for no moving, panning, or zooming is 49 by Phineas, followed by Kirania, who got 47, and Shimmy, who got 39. My best is 34 so far, so definitely not too far from those guys, and I definitely think that I'm playing rather nicely at the moment, so I think it's just time to jump straight in here, see how I can do. I played with Kirania, who has the second place world record, and off camera we got a 40 score, so again, not too bad. I really do think I'm capable of getting this world record with the right run. And the first one here should be Thailand. We've got square poles here. I will try and explain all my thought processes here because I think there's a lot to learn on a map like this where you're presented with so few clues. Next one here could have been a difficult round, but there are two things that make it easy here. One, we've got a big concrete pole in the background, which doesn't look very European, especially the way it gets wider at the bottom. And two, we've got this like kind of ribbed antenna here. That kind of antenna, you can see a similar one in Cambodia, then you can see it in US and Canada occasionally, and then quite commonly, and especially in Hawaii you get it, and then quite commonly also in New Zealand. So I'd expect it's around here, or South Island indeed. Okay, there we go. And we should be on a 2-country streak, not a 278. I was playing some single map countries before. Next one here is Lesotho. We're driving left-hand side of the road. Yellow outer lines here. Corn. So corn, generally speaking, you want to click around corn exchange. That tends to be where a lot of it is. And wow, that was an unnecessarily good guess there. Very nice indeed. Tends to be a pretty good meta. Next one here, again, could have been really difficult, but I think we're in low camera here, so I think this is just Japan. If you're actually playing, you can kind of see where the blur goes, and it's just a bit bigger than the normal kind of Google camera blur. So yeah, I'd expect this is somewhere like around here in Japan. It was actually in Chiba there. Did not expect that. Kind of felt a bit too mountainous, but there you go. And that moves us to 4. Obviously a nice start to the video here. Next one's just Mexico. Dashed white outer line with the yellow middle line, plus this landscape with all the palms and everything. I would expect maybe like Veracruz or something like that working quite nicely here. Was Campeche, that's fine. So, that's 22,000 on the first seed. Definitely just solid guesses all around, especially the Lesotho. Give the video a like if you're enjoying my channel, guys. Would really appreciate it. Like, it does help out in the algorithm, so if you want to see me get up in the world, then that is a good idea. Next one here, we do indeed seem to be in Ghana. We got hills in the background here. This square blur at the bottom helps as well. Kind of a grainy road and very green. I would expect it's not too far from Kumasi, but maybe a bit further north. Well, it's just Kumasi indeed. Next one here. Okay, immediate thought is Peru. Kind of just grassy with rolling landscape in the background, quite big hills. That could also be found in Argentina. I'm looking where the sun is now as well. Sun doesn't seem to be too helpful here, but I just think it feels more Peruvian and probably in the southern regions here. So I would say like maybe like 80% Peru, 20% Argentina. I don't think anything else is possible here. We'll see though. Was Peru indeed. Very nice. Okay, so a really good start to the video here. This is interesting now. So immediately looking at the antenna, because I know what Russian antennas look like. I think this isn't a Russian antenna, though it could be. So if it was Russia, it would have to be kind of in this region here. I think it's more likely to be Baltic, which is no good. It's terrible news, really. But it could also be like Finland, Sweden as well. This is the exact type of round which you expect to lose streaks on, because European roulette is really the hardest. I don't think, well, yeah, this antenna also precludes it from being anywhere in North America, because this is the European style, which you only find in a few countries outside of Europe. But yeah, a lot of birches here. They're kind of thin. I could see Russia still, but I think Latvia might be the best here. Latvia or Estonia making the most sense. Maybe Finland. I think they're my top 3. I'll try Latvia here. It was Latvia. That's very nice indeed. Very happy with that guess. Okay, next one here. Immediately got a kind of Indonesian vibe with the rice fields and the kind of tiled red roofs. I guess Malaysia is still possible in certain areas, and then Philippines is also possible, but with the red roofs, I would say that just somewhere in Java makes the most sense here with that rice field, and yeah, indeed it was there. Very nice. Okay. Next one here, we've got India camera, square poles as well, so shouldn't ever be in Nigeria here. Should be a fine guess. It was south. Okay, very nice. So we've got 20,000 points there. Very good guesses all round, I think. Obviously not too close on the Peru though. Next one here, we should be in Mexico, I believe. Kind of rickety fence, yellow inner lines. Yeah, this is feeling quite similar to the last Mexican round. Especially with the concrete road, I wouldn't really consider Argentina too likely here, but I just want to work out where the sun is. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's just Mexico anyway, so I'm happy to just send it here. Well, it's a bit more north there. Next one here feels Peruvian, especially this ditch on the side of the road is something you get a lot of times in like Peru, what other countries? I don't know. In terms of South America, it's very common in Peru. And we've got striped poles over there. That 100% confirms it, because that's the only country in South America where you're likely to see that. And it was near Juliaca there, so that's good. Next one here, okay, loading in. Very thin road here is the first thing I noticed. I think it's pretty good for Indonesia, though we have a lot of palms here, so that's obviously something you do associate with Philippines, especially southern Philippines and northern Sulawesi here are the two places where you see a lot of palms. You can also see them quite a lot in West Sumatra, so there are different places this could be. I think Indonesia's just more likely with this road type. The fact that it's made of bitumen instead of concrete, and also just the general plant makeup here. We've also got coffee plants. I'm not really sure. I think Kodiak was telling me where those are found, but I do think Sula here should be the correct answer. It was North Sula indeed. Yeah, definitely makes sense. I mean, that's a hard one if you haven't played much Geoguessr, but as you build up your games, you will start to notice that kind of thing more. Next one here, yellow license plate with a Suzuki Swift following. That should basically always be in Palestine here, probably somewhere in southern Palestine. And it was, very nice indeed. Moving to 14. And the next one here is Brazil. Long white plate, reddish cropland, should be Sao Paulo or Parana here, go Parana. And it was indeed Parana. Okay, that was fairly easy again. Guys, we are already like, a third of the way to the record, so definitely going fine here. Or a quarter at least. Okay, this is more difficult. Russia came to mind immediately, although there are other possibilities too. For example, Canada is actually quite possible here. Reason being, the road is really wide in a way that you don't see in Europe that often. Nevertheless, I do think, like with this kind of rocky stuff, that you get that a lot in Karelia and in Murmansk Oblast, so they seem pretty possible, especially with Generation 3 Karelia seeming the best option here. Alternatively, Ontario or Quebec or something like that are very possible as well. So if we're driving right-hand side of the road, that makes sense. We wouldn't see like the back antenna of the car or anything here. The blur almost, it's very consistent blur in a way that I wouldn't really associate with Russia so much. I don't know, this is like more of like a experimental kind of meta, but yeah, I'm not so sure about Russia with that, but the rest of the round feels maybe more Russian to me, so it is difficult here. I think I might opt for Canada just with the width of the road and this blur, but ultimately Russia is still extremely possible in a way that is pretty scary. But yeah, I think they're the main two options. I could see something Nordic, maybe even Baltic, but yeah, I think that somehow it is better to go Canada here. So I'll try that out, and it was Canada. Very nice indeed. This has been a super start, without a doubt. Next one here is Indonesia. You got the Indonesian flag there. I mean, Pol Top is maybe feeling a bit West Javan or something like that, but we really don't have to worry. Ooh, what was that? That was very strange. What? Why did it flash up with Kalimantan? I was scared for a sec there that we'd lose our streak, but that was very weird. Okay, next one here. Ooh. So this one's actually interesting. I think this is an American mile marker, so we're kind of saved by that, but it could have actually been Mexico here. Now, also would have been definitely happy to go US with these kind of rumble strips here. You barely ever see those in Mexico. Maybe like along the US border you might see some, but yeah, I feel like this is pretty safely somewhere in the US. And why don't we try it on this one here? And it was indeed right near the border. Definitely had massive Mexican vibes there. Next one here looks like northern Brazil. This is definitely a kind of round where you could go Mexico quite easily. So what makes me think Brazil here? Well, the road lines, I feel like you may see a different like format of road lines with maybe just the dashes in Mexico. This curb feels more Brazilian, though you could see that in Mexico for sure. And then the fence, I mean, we had a very similar round in Mexico before. I think it's more the buildings actually, with the red roofs. I think that is more typical Brazil. I mean, it could still be Mexico. I'm just pretty sure it's here, so let's see if I'm right. And it was indeed there. So I don't really know. That's a hard round to explain why it's there, but immediately just knew should be Brazil. And this one is going to be somewhere in Mongolia, so just go over here somewhere. Should be fine. Okay, it was over there. So again, really nice seed. The Canada was clutch. I'm very happy with that. And moving on here. Okay, this is a more interesting one. So first thought is immediately Bolivia here. I want to look at this plate to see if it's blue. And yeah, I think it is a blue blur, so that would almost confirm that it is Bolivia. So Bolivia has like, I think these road lines are kind of thin. I'm just noticing that, but definitely thinner than what we had in Brazil and Mexico. And then we've got these black shoulders on the side of the road, very Bolivian as well. And then it kind of just looks like Brazil, but a bit different. I find it hard to describe again, but I'm pretty sure this is Bolivia, and maybe one of these roads down here or something like that. It is north-south, so I like that. Could just be near Santa Cruz as well. And wow, we actually got the road there. Very nice indeed. Okay. Next one here, ooh, Interesting. So I feel like a player who hadn't played as much Australia as me might think this is Australia, but I think it's just going to be South Africa. I just wouldn't really be able to place it in Australia, so it should just be here. And it was. Very nice. Next one here. That's Kyrgyzstan with the Google car. Now, without the Google car, this actually was a difficult Kyrgyzstan, so I'm very pleased that we were able to see that. However, we probably would have been able to work it out anyway, I think. So we have some kind of a lake north here. I'm wondering where this is. It doesn't feel like Isikul, so it's not that one because that doesn't have coverage. So I guess, and it's not that one. I don't think that has coverage either, so I think we should be here then. And this would actually make sense to me. But I'm not really sure where along the road, like maybe here or something like that. But let's just go for it here. And okay, it was that lake instead. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, okay, cool, good to know. Next one here, feeling Australian. Yeah, definitely feels like Australia. Lots of eucalyptus trees here everywhere, wooden pole. Yeah, everything's feeling good. And if I had to say, this definitely feels like it's going to be somewhere near Brisbane, like Ipswich area here. Alternatively, anywhere near any of the big cities along the coast of Queensland works here. And it was actually near Sydney. Ooh, actually the pole top was a Sydney pole top, but I was really convinced that it looked so tropical. Next one here is in Australia, another hard Australia, to be honest. I can't actually immediately identify the state, so I should actually think a little bit about it here, but main thing is we got a wooden pole here and some more eucalyptus looking trees, so it's pretty free at the end of the day. And I think this is like max North Tasmania or max South Victoria. I think it's Tasmania though, we'll see. And, ooh, it was Western Australia. Yeah, that was a very weird round. The thing was, even when I saw the thing panning over to the side, I was like, yeah, this is definitely Australia, so it didn't really concern me where it was. And obviously, we don't get the best score there, but we came through with, I mean, 2 bad Australia guesses in a row. It's pretty bad, but still, we got the right countries. Okay, 25 now. First attempt, by the way, no retakes or anything. Very happy with this performance. This is Kenya. And we're driving left, and I really want to take this slow and considered. Obviously, first try, it does put a little bit of pressure on me, but I just want to like get it out, make nice guesses, and you know, get on the world record leaderboard with this one. Okay, this is like Timber Creek area, fairly dry, hills, long end down for Australia, so that makes life nice and easy. Got the right province there, or you know, territory. That's good. Okay, next one here. Ooh, may we die here? Maybe yes. Okay, so. What are we feeling here? Denmark is the first thought. Denmark is the first thought. Other options are... I think Denmark is best here. There's a lot of trees, but Denmark I think is best. Other options are France and Poland. And if we had Generation 4 in Germany, it would definitely feel a bit German as well. But yeah, this definitely feels most Danish to me. I could also see maybe Baltic here. But yeah, I think Denmark working the best here. Slightly rolling hills. That's very typically Danish. Like, it's a hard round if it's not Denmark from oh, no. Okay, are we driving left there? Ooh, I may have just blundered. UK did not come to mind at all there. That does not feel UK, but we were driving left. Ooh, blunder. That is interesting. I would not go UK here, quite honestly. When I'm zooming in, yeah, I could definitely see that. But the fact that we could see that we were left-hand drive there is pretty annoying. It's pretty annoying, I can't lie. So there we go, 27 on the first attempt here. Let's just jump straight back in here and go again. And this one should be somewhere in Argentina. So let's see what we would have gotten as well had we been able to string together the next rounds, because that was a very gettable round. And that was Chile there. Sorry for not explaining those two, but they were pretty self-explanatory. I guess the Argentina had an Argentinian pole and the Chilean one had a Chilean pole. Next one here is Max North Colombia. We got the black car with the stubby antenna, so we just have to be somewhere up there. Yep, it's kind of dry up there. Next one here, we got a Jalisco plate. So I guess I would go there, but it's somewhere in Guadalajara area, I would have said with this number plate. So yeah, just gonna be somewhere around there. Very nice. Next one here. Okay, this is where it could have ended. This is kind of difficult. We would have been on 29 at this stage. Interesting fence, kind of feels South American style. Very interesting vegetation here too, is a bit suspicious. So I do think it's South America, but there's actually a whole lot of options. So Brazil is perhaps most likely here. Like, yeah, northeast Brazil probably most likely, but I could see Argentina, like a really weird one. I could see a really weird Ecuador, a really weird Colombia. Obviously Mexico is a decent shout here as well. Sun, yeah, not really too useful, I would say, but I would say it's just somewhere up here and it's just feeling really strange. And yeah, it was. Okay, that makes sense. So we're on 5 now. Next one here, gonna be somewhere in Indonesia. Yeah, we got tile grooves here. Definitely Indo. And maybe Kalimantan was actually Jambi instead. It's fine. Next one here, right-hand drive. Ooh. So this is interesting. I think it's Mexico, but it's very, like, American feeling Mexico. So I would say if it is there, like Mexicali, Yeah, Mexicali or Tijuana area, I would imagine. With this kind of like, also with the kind of like, it could be further south, but the way it's flat plus like a lot of farming, I think I'm right. Let's see if I'm right. Yeah, what's that area? Very nice indeed. So man, I'm really beating myself up over that UK. That was a very Danish looking UK. Very, very Danish looking. I really think like I really should have taken more time there, but I just was convinced I was pretty much right. So what can you do? Okay, this one should be Sweden. Short dashes. Very south there. Did not expect that. This one was Iceland. Oh man, I'm getting the feeling that we would have been on the leaderboards. Next one here, I think Nigeria, or could it be Ghana? I mean, yeah, one of the two, I think. We got the kind of square blur here, so that would incline me towards Ghana. Not impossible for Nigeria, though, as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, and it is very, like, dark soil. That's interesting. I think it should still be Ghana. But if it is Nigeria, I'm kind of curious as to where. It was Nigeria, okay. So yeah, definitely look much more like Nigeria there, but for the fact that we had, like, yeah, a very, like, typical Ghana blur. So there we go. Good to know that it exists. I mean, I guess, yeah, I could have just, I don't know. I trusted Meta too much there, definitely. Next one here, Generation 2 was it camera, or Generation 3 camera. So then I would probably go Poland here. Avenue of trees, slightly lower quality road, cornfields. I think it's all good for Poland, and it was, nice. Okay, let's build up that streak again. I kind of had the curse of having a good streak behind me on that second attempt, but this one, trust me, we're going to go big here. This is Black Car with very rocky outside of the road here. I think it's Peru, interestingly, or Argentina, but I think Peru fits better. And she also probably looks more Peruvian as well, I would say, so I'll try it. And it was northern Peru there. Definitely a difficult round there, not by any means easy. And the Google car, without the Google car, I think that would have been very difficult, that's for sure. Okay, next one here, I mean, Russia comes to mind. Again, it's a very wide road, so I could see Canada. In fact, yeah, this is the back of the car, so I think Canada's actually more likely here just because of that, and it was indeed there. Dirt roads are just much more common in Canada as well, so that's really worth keeping in mind. Now, this is Lesotho or South Africa. This little reflector here did kind of remind me of South Africa more, but the landscape is much too Lesotho to go anywhere else. And it was nice. Okay, next one here, we do have what appears to be an Argentina around here. All white roadlands plus the black car pretty much seals the deal, actually. It's going to be fine. San Miguel there. Wow, that's interesting. Next one here, right-hand drive. Yeah, interesting. Right-hand drive. I was expecting this to be Indonesia. Now I'm going to reconsider. So maybe this is Colombia, actually. I would say it's Colombia. Colombian signs always have 4 bolts like this, and I think I can make out 2 of them here. So I think this is indeed northern Colombia here. Definitely, ooh, not even northern. Definitely looking a bit Indonesian there. That was a difficult round. This is the USA, first US of the day, I think, actually, or just about, anyway. And there we go. That was fine. That was fine. Good seed, all things considered. Next one here. Black car, long antenna. Do we have the Suzuki Swift again? I think we do, so that means go Palestine. Definitely a bit of a silly meta, but, you know, you take what you get. Okay, that's good. Next one here, going to be somewhere near Kakadu National Park in Australia, with all these kind of trees and that kind of vegetation, plus the antenna. So I imagine, yeah, I said Kakadu immediately. I could also see it just being like Litchfield National Park actually feels pretty good here as well, maybe. Might try that instead, I think, yeah. Well, it's just in the middle there. Interesting. Didn't know that was even covered. Next one here, single double yellow line. It looked like it was single, but no. And the black car, this should be Argentina. Djibouti maybe feels good. Yeah, it was Djibouti, nice. Next one here, New Zealand pole. Could it ever be Chile? No, we got like Possum Guard on it, so that should be always New Zealand, I imagine. And it was all the way north there. Interesting. This one is, this is a repeat. I've had this round before. Now, I think it was just Brazil. Yeah, and we got a Brazilian pole there, so that is presumably Brazil. I don't know what I was doing in that round, but yeah. Okay, I remember I had a really bad call. Me and Kodiak were playing together, and I almost got it horribly wrong, but yeah, that's good. Okay, nice. Next one here, 12 in a row. We should be in Canada here. Don't think it would be Chile, but where's the sun? Sun might be more south here, so yeah, I imagine it is Canada then for that reason. Was, nice, very good. Next one here is Spain or Greece. And out of the two, I think it's very tight here. I think I prefer Greece just because of the very pale road there and a really tall pole over there. So I think it is Greece, but Spain's still possible. It was Greece, nice, very good. Next one here, that's going to be somewhere in Guatemala with the plants like that, maybe south, and indeed it was, very nice. This one should be Senegal, these kind of huts, very Senegalese, typical of over there. Could it be near Tambacounda? I think it's probably more towards this stuff, but I'll try. Okay, well, south indeed, actually, yeah. More huts maybe there, maybe, yeah. We got US flag here, so happy with that. Don't really see anything that gives me a strong vibe for the state, though it kind of gives me mixed vibes, so we'll try Virginia here. And it was indeed in Pennsylvania. Okay, so again, moving up quickly here. 17 already, like, it's really short work, this map, until you get to those hard European rounds. Okay, here we have that, again, that kind of very angular blur that I was associating more with North America than Europe. But, I think it is North America here, but could it be Alaska, is my question. I do think Alaska's actually pretty decent shout here, because it does feel super north. And, you know, Yukon and, like, BC don't have too much Generation 3, especially up north like that, so just trying to think of where this would likely be. I could see Newfie. Like, Newfie is possible, but I almost like Alaska best here. I almost do. Okay, so given that that's the case, is Alaska a reasonable send here? I think it is. I think it is. It's still a bit risky because Canada's obviously so much bigger. And as I said, dirt road coverage is just much more common in Canada, but I feel like I do go Alaska here ultimately. Oh man, it was BC. That's a really baity BC because it feels much further north than it was. 17 in a row there. Guys, I know I can get this world record. That is just so clear to me, but it's going to take a bit of grinding. So if you want more episodes of this, then I will bring them to you very soon. Guys, apart from that, thank you very much for watching the video all the way to the end. Give it a like if you enjoyed, and I will see you guys in a video very soon. Till next time, and goodbye.